Legacy.
Last two. I had all these cards laid out. There's one. To write my cards for each of my seniors. Let's do it.
It's sometimes true the one you leave behind isn't the one you planned on.
Good job.
The past 2 years, there's just been so many tears, whether it's frustration, being sad, happy tears, that I think it'll hit me later, for sure.
Back post.
Devin Schooley's final game of her senior season. She's the leading scorer on the Pedro Menendez varsity girls soccer team.
Good strike.
But tonight, she'll sit the bench because of this.
Our biggest game, it was our state cup game.
Whoa.
After I had it, I
She's
was knocked unconscious, which is really scary because I've never had that happen before.
She'd also never had a concussion. This one during a game for her club team 2 years ago.
I think it was the next day and then the next week and then the next month that I realized, wow, this is not just, some knock in the head.
A concussion happens through a direct or indirect hit, where enough force causes the brain to jostle or even hit the skull. Doctors say they many times don't show up on MRIs or CAT scans. After her first, Devin was out of school for 9 weeks.
No screens, no television, no lights, no nothing really. It's kind of, and with concussions, it's time, It's time that determines when you're gonna heal and stuff like that.
She was back in a Pedro Menendez jersey for her senior season, legacy on her mind, and a new fear.
That's what's scary for me is just because I'm fine now, who knows what I'll be like in 10, 20 years, And that's not worth it.
And then it happened again. Another ball in the air, another header.
We needed an ambulance immediately.
She came down from that and she started screaming and holding her head.
Her legs are shaking really hard.
So right away I was kind of on my toes, walking a little bit closer to the sideline watching, and then when she dropped down to the ground, I was...
Child with a head injury, she's had them before.
I think I beat the golf cart to her. So it was pretty traumatic.
Lauren, gotta go with her.
Traumatic because the coach you've heard yelling from the sideline also goes
Love you, baby.
by mom.
When it happens to your own kid, in your own sport, it was definitely my worlds colliding for sure.
We got rescued to the soccer field.
An ambulance took Devin to the hospital. Both teams prayed.
And then I knew that it was gonna be over. I just knew,
She was right. 17 years of soccer and college scholarships gone with a single hit to the head.
Just have it end like that, it's sad, but it was good.
You ready, girl?
Both teams agreed for senior night, the star forward could make one final first kick.
A chance for closure for her, when you play a game your entire life and it's been your passion and your love, and I think it'll help her and even mom and dad with a little bit of closure.
Before she left that field the final time, some senior advice announced to the crowd, the team, and herself.
That's good advice.
Don't hit the ball. Don't hit the ball. Whatever you do, it's not worth it.
Legacy. It turns out the one fate has you leave behind might be better than the one you would have left yourself.